thing that I took that I kind of learned as a mistake, you had to learn the hard way for my redshirt here was that you can't waste it. It is a time where you'll never have a time like that in your life, or in your career rather, where it's like there's no pressure. There's no pressure to game plan. There's no pressure to execute. There's just you can literally just build and increase your value to this team. And so definitely for all the freshmen that are redshirt, and don't waste it. It's the best time of your life in terms of your building your growth as a football player.
What do you expect in a Wisconsin game? They always seem to be knocked
Yeah.
out, drag out 4 quarters. As a player, what's the mentality going into this thing?
It's going to be a tough game. I've seen it, watched them on film already. A lot of the Purdue and the Arizona State game. I mean, typical Wisconsin defense. It's tough, hard nosed. They come at you. Never taking a play off, and so I mean, it was like that last year. I'm sure it's going to be like that this year.
Corey, so many teams try to play a more high tempo style. They want to get a number of plays off. They want to throw the ball quickly. They want to get the ball out. Very few teams do this now. What Wisconsin does. I just wonder: is there excitement to that? Is there a certain interest in playing it almost like what the passing game used to be? If you played a run and shoot team back in the day,
Yeah.
it used to be that kind of excitement. It seems like to play a team like this, it kind of falls back into that. It's that kind of a unique game.
Are you talking about in terms of like our offense versus their defense?
No,
Like,
the fact that they play a unique style, the fact that they're physical up front.
Oh, yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that, like in terms of the way that they deploy on offense, obviously you're an offensive player, but
Mhm.
the fact that they play that mentality,
yeah.
it seems like it's a little bit of a throwback to what a lot of teams try to do nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. It probably is a little bit of a throwback, but I know in terms of our offense, we definitely run a high tempo offense. That's our whole goal, but the physicality is never left. Coach Meyer, I mean, we do inside drill on Tuesday, and then pods drill, which is half line drill on Wednesday, and that's coming off the ball, throw away the playbook. It's just hitting hard and what have you. The intensity is never left, whether we're a spread team or a power I or whatever. It's the basis of our offense is based on a B block and a cage block, which is double team by the center guard and guard tackle. And if we can't do that, we'll lose a football game. So it's never that type of mentality, that power, physical mentality has never left us. And it's definitely awesome to get back into that going against Wisconsin because, I mean, Cal was absolutely physical, but Buffalo, San Diego State, and FAMU kind of tried to out-scheme you a little bit more than they did and hit you in the mouth. So
When you're getting ready to play a game like that, especially a game where you, like you say, you battle the line of scrimmage, probably determines who wins the game. How mentally, what is that preparation like? Does it feel like you're getting ready for a different kind of football game? Just as you prepare, you know you're going to get beaten up a little bit.
yeah, it does. It forces you to take care of your body a little bit more during the week. You know that you're going to get 80 plays, and probably a good percentage of them are going to be running the ball. And every play you're going to get hit. So it forces you to take care of your body more during the week. But it's a more fun week of preparation in regards to it's more physical week. We're pounding the ball. When we do ones versus twos on Tuesday, it's going to be run block, and we're not gonna sit back there and pass it. We're gonna work on our run game, and so it's an exciting week of preparation. But it does force you to take care of your body more.
How different did Braxton look in practice? I know it was a hard practice. Did he look like he was running better, moving around better?
Oh yeah, I mean he actually. I don't mean to talk him up too much, but he did look phenomenal yesterday. He was throwing the ball. It was whizzing past my head. I was like, wow, he's back, And not that Kenny doesn't do that, because he absolutely does. I mean, Walter Camp. But he.
Is that his new nickname?
Yeah, might as well be. But yeah, I mean, he's. I could tell Braxton's back, and again, everybody doesn't see the work that he's putting in behind the scenes, but it's definitely gonna come out on Saturday. Yeah, oh yeah, moving everything.
You guys have played some teams that you just outmanned and big leads and by halftime most of the games. how difficult is it to switch that mentality from, you guys are going to be in a ball game Saturday.
Mhm.
You know, it's going to be a 1 or 2 possession game most likely.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's hard to switch to that mentality, but it's nice, that we're all kind of. I remember Jack told me yesterday. He was like, I'm ready to play somebody this week, because we played somebody against Cal, and these opponents have been playing hard, but it's not like a Big Ten game. It'll never be. It could never be, because the Big Ten season has its own feel to it, and it's colder outside. Practices are a little bit longer. Preparation's a little bit more intense. Everything's amped up a little bit because it's conference play. So it's nice to get back to this mentality. I missed it. I saw the highlight from the Purdue game last year on the big screen on Saturday, and it kind of brought me back. I was like, wow, I can't wait to get this thing started.
Does the season almost feel like it starts this week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It starts all over again right now.
Corey, talk about the pride factor or whatever. They obviously pride themselves on a power running game. You guys kind of hang your hat on that too, although nobody seems to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But is there a little bit of that going on off when you play at Wisconsin?
I guess maybe off the field, but really we're all worried about. I know it sounds cliche and corny, but we really are concerned about ourselves and our game plan preparation. We're not worried about anything else, and that's what makes us a really good team. Is that week in and week out, we're concerned about that opponent. We're not concerned about anything that is outside of that opponent or any controversies that may spin off of that. Whether our offenses are battling against each other, we're worried about their defense and our preparation towards that, and that's it.
Corey, sort of along the lines of what Todd was asking, do you feel like you need a game like this to know where you stand as an offense?
Maybe. You definitely need these types of games to prove yourself, to find out who you are, and to find out what you're really made of, and I guess it's nice to get back into that. It's nice to find out or to play somebody really good, really tough. So yeah, I guess you do need that. Yeah,
Corey,
for
along
sure.
those lines, Coach Meyer called Wisconsin the king of the Big Ten over the last couple of years. He looked at them as kind of the kingpin. Do you guys look at this as a chance to say maybe you guys are in that role now?
Yeah, I'd say that was one of that's kind of an outside controversy that I know Coach Meyer said that, but regardless, as players, we're really only focused on their defense. I know it sounds cliche, but it really, there's no talk in the locker room about, this guy, that, or this. It's all just we're either relaxing or we're working the game, and that's it.
Corey, when you were coming back from your injury through the off season and the preseason, just what was that like for you physically and mentally, trying to get back to 100% health? I mean, I know it's a very different injury than Braxton, but are there any similarities just in being a guy who's trying to, you don't want to push it too hard, but I'm sure you want to get back as soon as you can. What's that process like?
I'm sure Braxton's feeling a lot of the same emotions that I was feeling. That it's not so much you're worried about yourself. You're worried about everybody else getting better without you, and not in terms of you want to be the best player on the team. It's more in terms of that you don't want to be the weak link. You don't want to be that guy out there that's oh well, he's hurt, and I constantly get that now, but I'm sure he's feeling a lot of those emotions, saying to himself, I don't want to come back and everybody say, oh well, Braxton's hurt, that's why Braxton took a couple weeks off, and now that's why he looks like this, and everybody's concentrating on him being the weakness. I'm sure he's running through a lot of those emotions, so he's excited to get back. We all know he's put the work in these past 2 weeks, and we're excited to have him back.
Do you think you handled it the right way with your specific situation? Were you happy how it went with kind of limited plays early on, or trying to figure out when to get back in preseason camp?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Coach Mick and Doug Cowan, Bob Sweeney, they all had a great plan to get me back in the games and get me to 100%. And still building, still getting there. But regardless, the plan was a great one, and I'm satisfied with it.
With due respect to the Walter Camp winner, how different are y'all with Braxton at the helm? And You know what I mean? Obviously, there's some
Yeah.
things that we see that are obvious, but what is different? What feels different about the team when he's running the show?
I'd say, he provides maybe a little bit more excitement. Kenny G provides a lot of excitement with his gameplay because everybody's excited to see Kenny do well. He's a great guy and great, even better player. And everybody wants, when Kenny G's out there, got the crowd going, Kenny, But with Braxton, it's his, he's got that quickness, that spark that no one else in the nation has, and you could talk about Johnny Manziel all you want. There's nobody out there quicker at the quarterback position than Braxton, and he provides that type of spark and excitement. And when I'm getting beat, and Braxton has to scramble out, he bails us all out, us five up front. So we definitely appreciate both of those quick quarterbacks back there for bailing us out all the time.
Last question.
Y'all have a medley of running backs right now.
Yeah.
I just wonder when you guys you're in a game, can you tell a difference between the 3 or 4 or 5 or whoever might be carrying the ball? Who do you like? Who do you see right now who's running the football? Who you like? Who you think has a little something going for them? And how do you think those guys are handling the fact they've got there's a bunch of guys who want the ball.
Yeah. You can definitely tell the difference when. I'd say the only time you could tell is when you're on a linebacker and they run into you, because with Carlos or Rod, you get but with Jordan, he kind of spins off you. He's a quicker guy, but I'm just kidding. But regardless,
No, you're not.
they're all really, really, really good. Like they're not just. We don't have like a bunch of backs that are competing for the starting job. We have a bunch of backs that would start anywhere else in the country. And if you look at them, all of them are just physical freaks in their own regard. I mean, Carlos and Rod are huge in terms of being a running back. And Jordan's a quick guy. He's a quick little muscular running back that you see in the NFL now. And, you really can't tell. There's not like, oh, we only gained 4 yards on this play. It must have been Rod in or something. It's every one of them is just moving the ball constantly, and it's exciting. It's awesome to have that many running backs. Obviously, you can never have enough, but I don't think any of them. The greatest part about that room is that I don't think any of them are like, man, I should be getting more carries. I think they're all like, they realize. I was talking to Rod the other day. He was like, I realized that I got 3 or 4 other guys here that could start anywhere else in the country. Like what am I going to go up to Coach Drayton and say I want more carries? So I think there's definitely a respect amongst all of them in that room, and it's exciting to have.